How's everybody doing today? Christian Prepper here. Today I wanted to talk about power outages. Well, not talk about it, but things that you need for power outages. A lot of people don't really understand, so I'm going to give a helping hand. This is what my wife and I have been doing. So first of all, you always want to have batteries. As many batteries as possible. These are double A's. It's a multi-pack. We have plenty of batteries. This is just one example I want to show you. You can get them in small versions, big versions, Walmart, Home Depot, stuff like that, places like that. But batteries are a must. Now, along with batteries, you need, when you have a power outage, you need light, right? It really stinks to go forward without light. You got to be able to see at nighttime what you're doing and stuff. So this thing right here, I got it at Home Depot. This thing's awesome. It's got a 2-stage step. I don't want to turn it on because it'll probably make a big light flash in the camera, but it's very powerful. It lights up a 16 by 16 foot room if need be. It also has a dimmer on it. You know, the first step is a dimmer. The second step is ultra bright. But this thing right here is awesome. This runs off D batteries. I think it was around $20, $25 at Home Depot. Very good to have. Very good to have. And then these things right here. You can slowly open them. See, you can open it up completely. I don't want to do it again because it's going to flash the camera. These things are awesome. We have a few of these things scattered about the house. And another thing good about these things is they're also a flashlight. See? I don't want to flash at the camera, but see how it works? There's a little button up top here. You know, so it opens out one side. You can hang it. Like when we went camping, we hung it in the top of our tent. So when I needed light, I just had to pull it down. Golden. You know, if I needed to walk outside at nighttime for any reason, I had a flashlight. So this is a 2-in-1. It's also got a 2-stage on that too. But these are awesome to have. These work on double A's, I believe. Very good to have. Home Depot, Walmart, Lowe's. Even sometimes grocery stores will have these things. They're all over the place, these things, really. Any handy store will carry these things. You just got to keep your eyes open for them. Very good to have. I got a few of them. And then if it's in the middle of the summertime and you know, everything goes out. You got no air conditioning, no nothing. It's 95 degrees. You're sweltering. You got all the windows open. There's no breeze. This thing is awesome. 6D batteries. The back folds down. See, it turns on right here. It's got a 2-stage thing. That's high. It feels really good. Oh, that's high right there. My bad. That feels really good. And even low feels good. And it operates on 6D batteries. Get these at Walmart. This is where I found this one, Walmart. I went looking for it also, maybe a bigger one, at Home Depot. But all they had was their Ryobi stuff, which... You're going to spend $250 between the battery system and the fan just to get operating. When this right here, it was $15 for the fan, and then the batteries, which batteries were expensive, but you no way around it. But still, under $30, 25, 30 bucks, this thing is up and running, and I have spare batteries for it as well. This is very good to have. Now, moving into propane. You got to be able to cook and you got to keep yourself warm, right? If it's in the middle of winter time, the power went out, it doesn't matter. Somebody could have hit a pole outside because the roads are slippery. You know, it doesn't matter what the scenario is. This video is not really just about like EMPs from my last video that I had talked about. This is just for basic power outages. And in case of an EMP too, it's good to have, you know, no matter what. When you lose power, whatever time of the year you're in, it's a bummer. It really is. So for cooking situations, I got this Coleman stove right here. These things are awesome. It's about $50, $60 at Walmart. You can get them at Home Depot too. Different places, good to have. Runs on propane. It's got 2 burners inside. I don't open up here because I don't have a lot of room. But I can cook anything on this thing. I'm very well familiar with it, and it doesn't take much to figure it out. It's got the knobs here to control everything. It's got the igniter. You know, it's a good item to have, no doubt. And then, of course, you know, a little propane jar that goes with it. You know, this thing is awesome. Because I'm about to show you a heater, and this also runs off of this. Now, this heater is called the Big Buddy. You also have the regular one, just the Buddy heater. There's the Buddy heater and the Big Buddy heater. I have two. I have the regular one, and then we get the big one. We have the little one at our camping gear in our storage unit because where we go camping, sometimes the temperature does drop, so I like to keep it with us for emergencies. Once again, these things operate on this, but this Big Buddy here, if you look at the picture, you see a medium-sized barbecue tank. You can run either one. You can either run this one, you can run the medium size or the barbecue size, or even a medium construction size. You know, because once you have the hose, which I do in my storage unit, see the hose here that connects? You can run any size tank on this thing, and this thing will keep you warm. This will heat an apartment. A small 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom apartment. If it doesn't do the whole apartment, you close off an area and keep the area that you need warm. But trust me, these things are good to have. I've already used it a couple times. It's awesome. Now that takes care of that. Now, you always want to keep on hand candles. You can't go wrong with candles. You can get candles anyway. You know, you get the ones that come in the jars. You get the little tiny ones. You know, you can get the long skinny ones. The candles are just awesome. Candles have been around for thousands of years. You can't go wrong with candles. You even got these ones. You get the scented ones. You know, really good to have. But of course, with that stuff, you need matches. Now, obviously, this is a butter container, but inside this butter container, I have it all duct taped off and everything. It says matches. All right, you got to have matches. You always got to have matches on hand, no matter what the scenario. Like even going back to the Coleman stove, if by chance the igniter doesn't work, you got to light it by hand to get the thing going. Even as long as it's drawing propane, those burners will burn, but you got to get it started. So if the igniter doesn't work, matches. Sound good, people? So moving right along with that stuff. Now getting into food. Foods last a lot longer than people think. They really do. My wife and I, we love beans. Beans last quite a while. You can Google it, 2 to 5 years unopened. Chunks of chicken. This stuff is great to have. We can have macaroni salads. You can add it with rice. This stuff, we have a lot of these. This is good to have. Once again, 2 to 5 years. Just got to read it and Google it. And actually, when you Google it, everything goes way beyond the expiration date. So these cans have a certain expiration date on it, but it will go 3 to 6 months even beyond that. Google will tell you that. All you have to do is Google it. You know, wax beans, these last forever. It doesn't matter what it is. Peas, carrots, we got carrots here. It doesn't matter what it is, people. It will last forever. Now, going into like the pasta family, spaghetti, macaroni, this stuff lasts forever until it's added to water. Then the clock starts ticking. You know, it really does. You can't go wrong with this stuff. Spaghetti, macaroni, the list is endless, you know. And then another one of my favorites, stovetop. You know, I mean, it lasts forever until it's added to water. Once you put it in water and cook it and you serve it, then the clock is ticking on it. This stuff will last in a box as long as it's the package inside is not broken, the seal. It will last forever. You just dump it in your water, and now the clock is ticking. You know, so it's always good to have macaroni stuff, stovetop stuffing. Very filling, very good for you, and it keeps you alive. That's for sure. Now, peanut butter is awesome to have because it's packed with protein. And this is an experiment I've been running. I'm going to do a video on this in a little while once I'm done with the experiment. Matter of fact, I had to get this back in my freezer before it's no good. I vacuum sealed bread, standard regular sliced bread. I'm freezing it. The date on this was in March. I'm waiting 6 months. I'm going to thaw it out, which it's already doing a good job of it. I think I might have messed it up, but I'll see what I can do. But anyway, I mean, peanut butter is great, but bread with peanut butter is much better, right? There's no doubt. Now, we've also been getting into canning. This is Hamburg right here. We've been doing all kinds of stuff. We've been canning meat, beef, Hamburg, chicken, pork. We've been doing it all. Our next thing that we're going to do is sausage, hot sausage, regular sausage. You can never have enough meat. Meat keeps the body moving. Unless you're vegetarian, then, well, then back to the macaroni and the vegetables and the stovetop, right? But, yeah, if you're a meat-eating person, canning is the way to go. But if you can't can, or if it's too expensive to get into it, once again, stuff like this is awesome to have. But meat is protein. You got to have it. It really is. I really appreciate everybody watching the video. I hope this helped out everybody a good amount. But always remember, it's better to have and not need, and need and not have. You know, it's definitely, having stuff is a lot better than not having anything. People are like, well, I can't afford that. But if you go out every week and you just buy a little bit at a time, that's what we did. Our grocery list obviously got a little better, and we were able to do this before major inflation really started happening. So we got lucky there. But you cannot have enough food and water. We have jugs of water, the big blue tanks filled. We got 4 of those. Because we're in an apartment, so we have to watch what we do here. You know, it's not like there's any laws on it or anything in the building, but you only got so much room. That's what it comes down to. You only got so much room. So we try to keep ourselves well stocked on water. Another thing that you can do too, that people don't realize, a lot of people buy these every week. Jugs of water. Could be Poland Springs, Geyser, Crystal. We like Crystal Geyser. It doesn't matter what it is, but when we're done drinking them, my wife refills them and she puts them away. Because you can never have enough water. So it's a good recycling thing of water. She goes to the tap after we're done drinking our water out of it. She fills it up with tap water and she stores it away. We got a plethora of those put away. So having water is definitely a must. The human body cannot live without it. A secondary is food. You know, you need things to stay alive. You really do. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a good day. God bless. And this is the Christian Pepper.